So hi, this is Carl from Town Marine. It's my first impression of the FXE on the water. So we got a chance as a dealership. Kevin went down to Texas on Lake Fork and drove one of these, 20 and a 21. We have a 20-foot demo in stock here on the water at our local water, which is Sunbury, Pennsylvania here. Gotta say, very impressed. Hull corrects itself. It's just about impossible to get this boat to porpoise no matter what I did this morning. Did a lot of neat maneuvers that we do, like our J turn. Did some high speed turns, did some S turns with this. Boat stayed very well planted. The boat's gonna handle even better, I think, once we load this up with tackle as we ran them down at Lake Fork. Can't wait to see that. We're gonna take you through a couple other things here and we'll go from there. Okay, so you might ask me, you know, what's my experience like? I drove a 25 FXR Apex recently. We had one of those demos at our store, drove that extensively through last year. This year, you know, gotta say this boat here, very corrective on the hull. You know, been in ZXEs, ZXRs, FXRs, FXs. You go across a wake, this thing settles down really, really quick. Also have noticed too, that this boat does not need a whole lot of trim to get up and run. Running this thing, you know, you don't have to jack plate to the moon, you don't have to trim it to the moon. This thing just gets up and goes. It really does have less drag on the back end because we're using our sponsons more effectively than ever, I believe. The third planing foil in front of the motor really does deflect water down and forcing down on the front of the boat. I did my darndest to try and get this to overheat, drop water pressure, as some people might expect that to do. I could not get it to do that, meaning that it's at the perfect height as we would expect. Also noticed too that with the third wedge there, as you go to, you know, slow down to turn, it really does just plant that nose and then it comes around. You can still get the boat up on its side if you really try to, if you're really doing something aggressive, but we still have a safe hull too. You know, this boat's capable of running 70 miles an hour, you know, fully loaded without an issue. We're not walking around, we're not doing anything there, and we're super, super happy about that. Let's see what this thing can do. All right, so we just did a couple maneuvers in the FXE here. This boat will still do everything that we expect out of a Skeeter hull while still remaining safe and, you know, and effective and efficient at its design. There really is a lot more lift on the stern of this boat, which obviously improves our mid-range acceleration for sure. We're still able to maneuver the boat though, as you would expect at slow speeds, with that third planing wedge forcing down on the nose of the boat. We're also just blown away at the agility and responsiveness in mid-range too. We just did some S-turn maneuvers, and you know, every time you're hitting the throttle at 45 miles an hour, the front of the boat actually is diving down as we change directions. It's just really remarkable. We're really getting the most out of our, you know, fantastic power plant we have in our 4.2 liter V6 Yamaha. It's still by far the best hole shot in the industry. With this hull, it's going to be even better. There's a good test for you. So we never used to backsplash, you know, with our transoms. And then we had a lot of heavy batteries come in and some Raptors. With these new sponsons, that is no more. We're crossing Wake right now at 26 miles an hour. The nose is just completely planted. Something people have been asking for. How do I go slower? How do I go slower? Well, now we have an answer. So we're gonna slow down even more here going underneath the bridge. The wake we just made going through. Down to 26. Still in control. Down to 25, crossing some wake. All right. Just took you through some stuff on the water. Now we're gonna go back to the shop. We're gonna do a full walkthrough on the boat for you.
All right, we're here with the new FXE 20. Hopefully you enjoyed the on the water this morning. I think that was awesome. It's like a NASCAR on the water. But now we want to take you through the inside of the boat and do a total walkthrough of all the upgrades on the new FXE models. So starting at the bow of the boat, we got some upgrades that we want to talk about. The first one is the trolling motor layout. Traditionally, your trolling motor would be angled this way. What they did is they brought your trolling motor in. What that's going to do is that's going to allow for your head not to hit docks or obstacles or anything like that. It's going to be a better angle for lifting up and down. It's just a lot easier and more ergonomically friendly setup, but it's also not going to get in the way of your rods. And I can tell you that from running the ZX model. Other things you're going to have up here is easily accessible trim tabs. You can use your foot while you're fishing to go up and down with your trim if you get really shallow water or there's trees or rocks or anything like that. Another feature is going to be how you can stack your graphs. Here you're going to see you have your forward graph already here. You can put another graph and you can put graphs however you want here. But what I really like as well is you're on the water, you have maybe a concern with a graph, you can take your head units off and get easy access. This will lift up. You have easy access to your electronics in here and your wiring. And I like that. That's easy things you can do on the water. So a lot of these features are, making it easier for us while we're fishing. Another feature is they went to the 2 pedestal positions at the front. If you're shorter like me, front position is going to be a great feature. If you're a taller individual, you got the back position for more room. That's going to allow you to put that seat in there, twist it in there, and now you can be up here fishing comfortably all day long. Now what we're going to do is we're going to look into the front storage, because as you can see, there's a lot of storage on this boat. Massive front decks for fishing. Easily get 2 or 3 people up here fishing if you need to. And let's look at the storage. On the front of this boat, we have a massive front deck. Like I was saying, fishing 2 to 3 individuals up here is no problem. But let's go through the compartments. Your left compartment is going to be your rod locker. This rod locker is very wide, you'll see that. Also, there's no carpeting, which is very nice. You get baits that have moisture on them. You get rain when you have your rod lockers open, rain comes down. This is going to dry out very quickly. Also, you'll see that there's a very big wide rod tube there. That's going to be very nice because you can just fit 30 to 35, maybe even more rods in this rod locker. They're also lit with lights. You got slam latches, which I'm a big fan of. These slam latches work very nicely. They're easy to open, close, easy. Now, let's go to your right rod locker or storage locker, whatever you want it to be. Again, you have your slam latches. There is room here for rods if you want to go that route. Again, there's no carpeting. It is lit, which is a nice feature. And you know, you can put whatever you want up here, whether it's your flotation devices, just storage, rain gear, what have you, they got you covered here. Next, we have our day box. I mean, it's wide. It's one of our favorite features on a Skeeter. You're gonna see there's plenty of storage here. You can take your dividers out if you need to, but they're there. They also double up as, you know, bait holders. Here on the left, you do have a line spooling station. You can take that out if that's not what you want to use, and you can use that as storage. The other thing that's really neat about this boat is you can take this storage out, and in here, there's a lot of things going on. You're going to have your Ethernet box so you can link your hummingbirds if that's what you want to do. You're going to have spots here for fuses. Everything is marked perfectly. Then we're going to come back later and we're going to talk about what this is right here, because that goes with the console and that feature. But this is a great spot, ease of use, ease of access, and you can put your storage back in there, take that in and out with you each night, what have you. There's your day box. Now we get to go to one of our favorite compartments, and that's going to be center storage. You know, a lot of your tackle is going to be in here. A lot of us anglers like to make it how we want it. So let's open it up. And first thing you're going to see with the FXE model is we have a net. That's a nice feature. You're going to have lighting, but look at this. It comes standard with everything you see in here. You have compartments that you can take in and out, almost like their own little storage day boxes if you want to. Put them back in, move them around however you see fit. You're going to have your Evolution boxes. You're going to have dividers in here that you can take out, put in other spots if you want to. Whatever you want to do, it's all how you want it laid out. And I like that. I think you will too. But now, instead of using third-party designs, you know, Skeeter's making that standard here with the FXE front to back layout storage. One of the newest designs in the XE models is going to be fiberglass front decking. And the reason for it is to prevent water from infiltrating into your storage compartments. You're going to see big lips here at your compartments, and that's going to prevent that water from seeping in anyway. This is a big design. Your rear storage compartments, you're still going to have your aluminum decking, which we'll show you later. As an angler, we're always looking for convenience and features that are going to help us be more efficient on the water. And Skeeter has really listened with a lot of their designs and newly designed features that they put on this boat. But two that I really love is going to be right here in the center, and that is an extra cooler. You know, you can use it as storage space for lures and terminal tackle, but it opens up as another cooler. And what that's going to be nice for is, more than ever, we're concerned about conservation of our resources, which are the fish. So in these hot months, and we're in one right now, you want to bring ice with you. So not only do you have ice storage in the back, you now have ice storage in the front as well, or it doubles up as tackle storage. You also have, in this ice storage, you have tray designs on each side. So if you want to put food in there or whatever you'd like. In the middle, here at this first step, we have a trash dispenser. That's going to be really nice as well, because, you know, who doesn't create trash? We all do. And now you have a place to put that line when you blow up your reel or lures that you went through, hopefully because you caught them, and your water bottle. So you can take this out, dump it as needed, you're good to go. The next thing, as we're up here, we're going to have our bump board. That is going to be right here. This is your bump board spot, ready to go. The next thing you got is your glove compartment. That is here for you. All right, you can put whatever you want in here. It's deep. You got a place here for USB, so you can charge as well. Whether that's for you or your co-angler, you're good to go. Sticking with convenience and efficiency, what Skeeter did in this FXE model is you now have a storage area in the middle between the seats. This is going to be very convenient, you know, wallets, you know, your weighing equipment, anything like that. But it also doubles up. You still have your cooler in here, which we're all used to. So again, there's a big cooler. You got a cooler in the front. Now, and it also triples up as a seat. You can still sit on here. A passenger can sit on here and they're good to go. The next thing I want to talk about is seat design. The feature that you're going to see in this seat design is this kind of swell here in the middle. And what that's going to do for you is, as I want to get into my console, whether you're short like me or you're a bigger person, what it's going to allow you to do is put that leg in there and swoop it in. And it's just very nice. You don't feel like you're fighting the seat. It's a great design. It's those little details that really make the difference. So we all want to be comfortable when we're the passenger. All right, hopefully we have a good driver, but you know what? You're very comfortable in your seat, but if it gets a little rough, guess what we got? We got handles and we can hold on. It is just a comfortable ride. I don't think you're gonna need the handles, but if you do, they're there. Here at the rear of the boat, there's a lot of room for fishability. You got a spot here for your back seat. You might need that in rough water. Your compartments are going to have slam latches on your storage compartments over here and your live wells. There's also in your live well, you'll see that there's padding. And what that does is as you fill the live well, that padding comes up to prevent the fish from hitting the top of your lids on rough rides or just in general. Now we get to the fun part, and that is what powers your boat. And that's going to be your battery situation back here and where your pumps are. So let's check it out. It does come standard with a storage compartment that we can take in and out. Ease of access. That's why you have two different lids in the back here. You do have lighting. Here we have some lithium batteries, which this boat is designed for that lack of weight in the back, which we are now all doing, so we can power up our boats appropriately. We are ready to go. We got our Raptors. Standard features on this FXE are pretty cool. You got a cleat right here. And for many of us, you know, if you know, you know, because you get up to a dock, that cleat is very nice to use. You have a blower button here. That blower button is going to be to air out your compartments if you get condensation in them. The button's right here. Back here is your open and closed for your live wells. You can close it if you need to, or you can open it if you need to. And then down here is going to be your USB, and so you can, you know, charge your phone or your GoPros or what have you. All right, we're here at the office. This is the console. This is where we find fish. This is where we get to our fish and put a lot of work in. So you'll see we have an Explore series here. Very nice, convenient to use. But what we're more worried about here is the Skeeter Command Center, and that's going to be right here. Hopefully you can see it. We'll try to zoom in for you if we can, but you're going to see there's a lot of features we have here. We have where our hydraulic jack plate is. We can lift that up and down as we want to, and you'll see the numbers go up and down as we do. You're also going to see that you can run your bilge from here. You can run your live wells from here. There's all your different features that you can run. Your lights. You have a spot here for media. You do on this particular boat. You do have radio. Engine. This is important. You have your engine hours. You know, we'll turn this on so you can see that feature. So we have 5.9 hours on this thing. You can see, a lot of your different pressures and things like that. Volts, this is, and your settings here. That's pretty cool. We also have for your gas, how much gas you have left. You can do calling if you want to do that. If you want to do 5 heaviest, you can do that. You can do total weight. However you want to go about it. You can also see how hot it is outside, and yes, it is pretty warm today. So this is a great feature. Again, that is the Skeeter Command Center here on the FXE model. And now, this is very important because many of you asked this question. What happens if something happens to your Skeeter command center? You know, you're out in a tournament, you lose the ability to use your live wells or lights. There's a feature in this boat that's going to back you up. Come on in, we'll check it out. So you're out on the water and something happens to your command center at the console. Well, Skeeter's got you covered, because all you got to do is go into your day box, take your compartment out, and right here you're going to see that they already thought about this. You have a backup plan. So here you have buttons for lights, you have a button for live well filling, and for recirculation. So no matter what, out on the water, you are covered because there's a backup plan for you. Your tournament day is not lost. So I'm going to show you now how easy it is to get to your electronics here at the console. So all you're going to do is pull off these two tabs, pull off your windshield, and here you are. Now, whether you have one graph or two graphs side by side, because there is mounting here for that, now you can easily get to your wiring and your fuses here for your graphs. That's an easy design. Again, efficiency on the water is key. So that's the FXE. We did on the water, we did a walkthrough, so many great new features. Skeeter knocked it out of the park. Come on into Town Marine, stop on into townmarine.com, check them out. You're not going to be disappointed.